Hello everyone, surprise! I'm live streaming on a Friday. Just decided to do it. I am on a holiday here where I'm at.
Hello
and
everyone,
oh no,
surprise.
why does this always happen?
I'm live streaming
They
on
all default to mute except for one, and it's always a different one. Okay, so yeah, I'm on a holiday today, and I thought that while I was doing like a boring old adulting banking, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go live streaming for a bit and see what's going on. Maybe I can catch some of the people who've been trying to catch the streams while in different time zones, because I know when I stream on Monday, it's not always super a convenient time for everybody, so this one's for everybody. So welcome in. We're going to work today. I'm going to work a little bit on my tarot deck. I have a lot of like studio work to do this weekend, so I'm taking a little bit of time right now to just stream with myself and do something for me a little bit here before we get into the crazy work. I'm hoping to finish all of my market graphics, at least the ones I need for October this weekend, so that I can enjoy my July. I'm doing a lot of vacationing in July. So I'm hoping to do it then, do it ahead of that, so I don't have to think about it while I'm away. And so I'm going to do that this weekend quite a bit, but I'm going to be working right now on the tarot deck for me. We have Sunny in the chat. Hi, Sunny. Thank you for tuning into the live stream, this impromptu live stream. So those of you who did join on Monday, we're working through a tarot deck. And I went through my process of sketching out this and showed you how I used AI for it. Unfortunately, the video is still buffering on Behance. I'm working with the Behance team to try and remedy that situation. In the meantime, you can go watch it over on Facebook or YouTube. To see that instead. I don't like to deviate people away from the platforms for those of you who are on Behance, but that's where the video buffered and is posted. So we worked through that process, how I incorporate a little bit of AI into my references, because I keep talking about using AI, and I just don't want people to be freaked out that I'm actually using AI that much. Sorry, I'm just moving my windows around so I can see everybody's lovely faces. So we worked on it a little bit, which was a lot of fun. And I am just moving everything. There we go. But when I woke up in the morning, this was the final sketch that we came up with. When I woke up in the morning, I came up with a different idea and a different layout, where the two snake charmers were back to back instead of face to face. And I posted it out to Instagram and Facebook to get some feedback and see what people thought. And for a long time, it was a 50-50 decision. People were not super convinced that they were going, that either one was better than the other. So later in the game, I think I posted it on LinkedIn again to just kind of get a little bit wider range on it, and we got a face-to-face kind of result. So I'm going to continue with the card this way, but I also think I'm just going to also illustrate the back-to-back because I liked how it came together as well. So we're going to do both, but today I'm going to continue because I think this is how the card should be. I think it's a more harmonious approach. A lot of people said, you know, if people like, because they're supposed to be working together, and like they liked how the flute lines kind of draw your eye to the snakes, and it's more of a harmonious situation. There's not any battle or any kind of ill will in this kind of card, or at least not in the situation that I'm drawing here. So we're going to stick with face to face for the cards, but I think we're probably going to create a print of the back to back at some point, because the goal is, I think, eventually to have prints of all these cards as well. That's many days away, so don't worry about it. However, I do find that they're a little far apart. So before we continue inking, I'm going to do some shuffling here. Now, I see Behance is kind of like refreshing a lot. If you're on Behance, can you let me know if this is a choppy feed? Because if it is, I'm sorry. Okay, select multiple. I don't want... Okay, so we're going to move this one in first, not this. So I'm just gonna move these in just a touch. Why? Hang on, something's not. Wow, okay, we drew a lot on that layer, okay. Bring it together a little more here. Done, and then this we're going to, oof. Okay, okay. Let's just be chill, man. Okay, and then undo, invert, that's what I want. And then, okay, that seems a little excessive, don't we think? There we go. There we go. I think that's risky business. Okay, so then we're gonna move this one. And this one. Just a little bit. And then we will lasso this layer. Let's just try that again. There we go. I'm just gonna. Okay, now these guys need to move a bit. We had lots of layers going on here because I didn't want to. There's a lot of decisions we had to make because I was starting this one from scratch. Oops. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So we were starting from a blank page on Monday. So definitely try and go back to that stream because it was a lot of fun. Okay, so I think that's working a little better. I just wonder if we want to do, just remember the nice guy, leave those neighbors be. You're fine. Thank you. Nope, nope, let them do their work. Come here, on your bed, please. So I'm just wondering if I don't want them to be too big because the snakes are kind of the main deal here. Just wonder if we do not the snakes. So if we select multiple here, leave them alone, please, bud. Good boy. I need a snap, okay. It's a little bigger, which is great. I'm just wondering if I worry a little bit that I'm creating a bit of a cluster in the middle. That'll be hard to read. Okay, don't mind that for now. Okay. Okay, so just fiddling with that a little tiny bit, and then I just want to try one more thing, and then we'll do something more exciting, I promise. Okay, so select multiple here. Move these guys up just a little bit. What do we think? Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do here, now I inked the snakes, and now it's going to be the wrong one, and then I started with this. So we're just going to hide these out of here, and we're going to start inking just fresh again. And I use the vector brushes to do this so that we can have a nice clean layout. Just give me 1 second here. I forgot to share one of the links. I've added so many things to my stream that I always forget one. Da, 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 da. Pew, pew, pew. Do, do, do. So what's everybody up to for a long weekend? Let me know. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay. All right, we've got Boujon in the Behance. I am in Adobe Fresco today. That's what we are working on. It's for on the iPad, not the desktop version. I'm in the iPad right now, and I really like this because I can get this kind of sketchy vibe, like these pencil lines. These are all done in Fresco, so I can kind of get that sketchbook energy. And then I have vector art brushes that will help me ink what's going on here. Okay, so to prevent confusion, I am going to hide away our snake charmers. Select multiple. Okay, that will make life a little bit easier. So we're going to ink them here. And I have a series of brushes that I've kind of set up for the style here, because this is kind of the card, like the 5th card I've started on this. We finished 3, and then we finished 3 cards, like the interior artboard, and then I have 2 more left I want to finish, and then we're going to work on the borders and everything. So to start building the cards together, and then we will, oh dear. And then once that borders together, then we'll, like, each card will kind of be wrapped up as we go, which will be fun. Thanks for sharing your portfolio. I'll check it out later. So I'm here on a holiday, which is nice. Ready to settle into a nice long weekend, which is great. Oops. So I like to use the vector brushes because they have a nice clean edge, a nice clean style, so that if I do want to be an illustrator or at any point, I can do that. It also opens the door. In the past, those of you who are newer to my art, I've done lots of coloring books. So I like to reuse some of the line art sometimes to create those pages. So having them as a vector is a lot more versatile than it would be without if I did it on like a pixel brush or something. So I like to have that versatility in the pieces, because this art is at a 6x9 right now. So and the coloring books that I've done in the past have been a kind of an 8x10. I've had requests for smaller ones, so having it in a vector really adds that versatility for me, which I like. I don't want to redraw everything over and over again. I want to be versatile. So I also had a plan on Tuesday about the bellies of the snakes. I was thinking of maybe handling them in a little bit more of a stylistic approach, which we can work through today. Oh, hang on. Did I lose you guys? Why was that making that noise? That's weird. I'm trying to think of a stylistic approach to that, so we can maybe work through that a little bit today, maybe. Let's get some of these lines first. Oops. Oops. The thing with the sketch lines, I can't really kind of narrow them down, so I gotta figure out which ones I want to follow. Oh, Bujin, I can't share a link to the software. It's Adobe Fresco. So if you go into the Adobe website and you link Fresco, it'll give you an idea of what's going on. It is included in the Creative Suite, but you can use it on its own. There is also a free version of it as to a full license, so I actually can't speak to what the limitations are in the free version. Something weird's happening with my Behance. You guys still there? Come on. There we go. Sorry, my screen went black there for a sec, and I don't want to lose my fancy streamers. Yeah, sorry, to answer the question, yeah, it's Adobe Fresco. You can get it on the Adobe website, and there's many different ways you can get it. Like I said, either the free version, or you can get a subscription to just Fresco if you're just going to use the one software, or you can use the get the Creative Suite, which includes almost everything else. There's lots of different bundles and packages and things, but that's all on the Adobe website to tell you what's available and how you can bundle it. I found personally from in the area that I'm in, because I use Illustrator, Photoshop, Fresco, InDesign, Behance. I use quite a few different software. It was more fiscally responsible to get the Creative Suite, because I find if you're going to get more than two, using more than two softwares, the individual software aren't going to be it's just going to cost you a lot more to get each individual license as opposed to the Creative Suite, is where I'm going with that. Okay. I hope this is okay. All right, so let me see. So anybody who might have tuned in on Monday, you're seeing a bit of a repeat. Because I did finish the stream inking this, but we have moved the snakes around and made them a little bit bigger. So I'm re-inking just so that I can have the right strokes and have this taking up the right amount of space. Oh dear. Okie dokie. Okay, let's get this going here. Oops. Hi Shady, thanks for tuning in. I think there might be a delay in my responses. My Behance feed keeps blacking out. I hope it's not blacking out for you guys. If it does black out, a quick refresh seems to be fixing it. Anyway, Shady, thank you for tuning in. How are we today? I'm just doing a little bit of inking on a tarot card. I have not named this file yet, but this is Snake Charmers and my equivalent version of, just want to get the right card right, the 8 of Coins, or in this case the 8 of Circus. This is a Night Circus inspired deck, and we are working together on building some art around one of my very favorite books. And that's what this is. So this is the main art for a tarot card. We don't have the borders or the backs of the cards designed yet. That is to come. I wanted to get a couple cards coordinated and ready, because we have some that are black and white, and then some that are in full color. So I wanted at least 2 of each so that we can make sure that the border works for both of those. And so when that's ready, so after this card and the other one I have in progress, we're going to work on that, probably on a live stream. Shady says, I'm great. Didn't know that the live broadcasting is even possible here. Great effort though. Keep up the good vibes. Yeah, so you can live stream if you have a Behance account. You can live stream. You can live stream. This is all through OBS and a bunch of rigging and apps and everything. That's why I keep moving my windows around, because I want to make sure everything's working. Because I keep adding a little thing here and there. So I just kind of making it more complicated for myself. It's just how I set it up. So that's just me. But if you have an iPad or I know Fresco, at least I know some of the other iPad apps, you can live stream right from them. So if I do this, you can see in the bottom it says live stream. When I'm sketching on my iPad, if I'm just sketching out on the deck or watching TV or something, I will live stream and I'll just mute myself so that I'm not presenting copyrighted material. But I will just go live stream there, and it'll just share your iPad screen or your tablet screen, whichever one you're using. So you can just live stream from there, and you can comment and talk with people and all that kind of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so I want to do the stylized bellies a little bit here, but I'm going to put it on a new layer because I'm not really sure how I want this to look yet. So save me from trying to erase too many vectors. Sorry, my Behance feed is really choppy. What is happening? Okay, sorry. I hope this is a fun viewing experience for everybody. Sorry, it's just looking choppy and I'm not living for it. Okay, so what I want to do here is I kind of want to take kind of a stylized approach. Not really sure what it's going to look like right now. I also don't want them to look like diseased or anything. But I'm kind of thinking of how if you go back into my portfolio, or if you've watched the live streams and know what I'm talking about, I did a Kraken last summer, and I kind of took this approach to the tentacles. Instead of doing the actual like suction cups kind of in a more realistic way, I kind of took them to oh dear Lord, smooth, there we go, in a more stylistic approach. So we'll see how this goes. It's maybe a trial and error thing, which won't be any fun for you guys to watch. So if it becomes that way, I'll just kind of take it offline and try something else. Corporate speak, boo. Hang on. No. Hey, leave them alone. Come here, Mojo. Come here, please. Right now. Leave them alone. People are allowed to be in the hall. Go in your bed. Let's go. It's Mojo. He says hi. Someone walked in the hall and existed. How dare they? No, you did 3 barks, buddy. You only get 1. It's all right. Okay, can you stop, please? Enough. Thank you. Now, it's looking a little goitery, not living, so we're going to clear this out for a second. Have like here we go. It's going to bark again, guys. Brace yourself. Oops, not that one. Like I'm just kind of going for a more stylized approach. I'm not really going for anatomic correctness here. So those of you who are newer to fresco, this cool feature that I'm using right now, you can see how I'm drawing things. I'll draw kind of an ellipse-ish here. And if I hold my pencil when I'm done, you can see it snaps to a more round shape. So instead of, well, not in that case because my line was a little bit jumpy, but if you have it smooth, see it'll jump to a circle, or in this case, a bit more of an oval because that's kind of what I drew a bit. It'll also do that for straight lines. So if I do this, that was a jarred line, but like if I kind of hold it, it'll go to a straight line for me, which we're going to use in a minute because it's really helpful to the next inking step that we will come to. So if you want like a bit of a perfect shape, or you want something a little bit more smooth, and you've had a couple coffees like me this morning, and the straight lines and come out a little bit more jittery than you like, know that like Fresco has this kind of backup plan for you to help you out. Okay, so can I turn, oh, what have I done? Okay, I don't want this in here. Are these in the, oh, I put these in the wrong layers. Select multiple. Oh, no, they're fine. I want the liner to go away. That's what I want. That's what I wanted. Sorry, I got confused with my layers for a second there. Okay, not too bad. Okay, let's just keep them for now. And then we'll toss this into, and you can see it'll just work on part of a shape as well. It'll kind of read your mind as to what you were hoping for. I actually don't want to do that at all. I want to get rid of this line because this was not the goal. Damn it. There we go. We'll go back and do this. Try a little more. You can kind of scale a little bit and work together. So it's a really cool feature, that kind of snap tool, to keep things smooth and a little more we'll just keep drawing the circles first and then I'll clear out that line. Oh, see, if it gets a little jarry, sometimes it's a little picky. It'll make it straight lines instead. So if you want to do a triangle, it'll snap to something a little bit better for you, which is great. And if you like do that by accident, like there's some lines that will snap on my pieces that I don't want. Like I intentionally made them a little wobbly or something for the style that I'm working. So you can just hit undo and it would put it back to where you wanted it. So you're not stuck to it. You don't have to. So if it's something you do by accident, you can easily remedy that situation. Okay. So if I hide our snakes. Okay, cool start. Yeah, liking that a lot. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put in another layer, and I'm going to do my some of my stained glass lines. So this is going to be in my stained glass style for those of you who haven't seen the tarot decks come together quite yet. There's an element of that going on. So I'm going to throw in some of the lines. I'm going to treat the bellies a little differently. So I'm not going to break those apart, but I'm breaking this one apart. So this is where you can see me doing that kind of snap line a little bit more to get things a little. I see able to move that one layer because I can get things less tangents. Oops. Less of a tangent happening if I find something's a little too square or a little too distracting. I can play around with that line a little bit more, which is great. And I have this on its own layer because it's easier to clean up some of the overlaps and things later on. Whoops. Not a lot of rhyme or reason to this, just really focusing on not, whoops, I thought I put this on a different layer. I lied to everyone. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, I created the layer and I didn't draw on it. Okay. So not a lot of rhyme or reason to this, just trying to make sure I don't create a lot of tangents. I don't want a lot of connecting lines. So where the thicker lines are, I'm trying to make sure I don't like draw a line here and create a big target visually. I'm trying to make sure I avoid that. I try and avoid having the lines be a little too uniform, like too repetitive. So that's why I put them on a separate layer for real this time, so that I can actually oops. that up. So if I look a little bit later and find that it looks a little too distracting, then I can take it out of there. Because we're going to color each of these sections later on. Future me will appreciate a line somewhere in here, I think. I don't like that. What if we do this? Oops. Oh, okay. If you double tap on your switch to another tool, mine is, I think by default it's pencil and eraser, and I think you can change those settings for yourself. I have not gone that far into it. See, that's kind of too matchy-matchy to what we have going on already. Maybe okay with just what we have there. And having these circles to play off it is kind of nice, because this could easily kind of just be lots of braided lines almost, which I want to try and avoid. I'll have to complete some of those circles. I'll have to work on those bellies a little bit. I just want to make sure that they're actually what I want. Once I'm done this styling here, that's why they're on their own layer, so that if I don't like how the bellies were done, I could go back in and fix them. Now I try and do all of them at the same time so they get a little, all of them at the same time, meaning like complete the snake, like don't do half of the lines and then go away and then finish the lines, just because I find the consistency in these lines can have, like, there's a lot impacting the consistency of those lines. So if I've had lots of coffee, like this morning, they can be a little jittery, or if I'm really zoomed in, I could be making them like the lines really close together or really far apart. So I like to kind of do all of at least one shape at once or section at once so that they're a little more consistent. And I'm also trying to keep in mind, like, these are pretty small in comparison to the other pieces I've done, like the dragon and the kraken. They're an 18 by 24 piece, and these are a 6 by 9. So these are a lot smaller. So I'm trying to keep the shapes, like, a lot more space between the shapes and a lot more air between them, because when these are printed, if I go really small, because there's going to be color and shading and highlights on each of these sections. So if I go